eServices, Using Patient Forms Recorded Class. Introduction to Patient Forms. Patient Forms is a cloud-hosted service that enables your practice to adapt to a touchless form completion process. Patients can access and complete forms online, anywhere, anytime, using a tablet, computer, or mobile device, or as a key component of a virtual waiting room your practice is set up. Patient forms are seamlessly integrated with your CareStream Dental practice management software, enabling your staff to review, approve, and import key data such as patient demographics, insurance, and responsible party information directly into the patient record. Accessing patient forms. Once you subscribe to the Patient Forms service, you'll receive email instructions that provide your practice's unique login credentials. To access patient forms, use your assigned username and password to log into https://patientforms.csdental.com. The Patient Forms webpage displays 3 tabs: Forms, Patients, and Administration. By default, the application opens to display the Settings page of the Administration tab. This page provides a public forms link unique to your practice that you can send to patients prior to their appointment via your practice's website or in an email. This link provides access to the patient registration, HIPAA privacy, and COVID-19 patient screening forms. Patients can complete these forms online and submit them back to your office prior to their appointment. To access a list of your staff members who are set up to use digital patient forms, select Users from the drop-down list on the Administration tab. This information is pulled from your practice management software. Uploading your logo. The Administration Settings tab also enables you to upload a logo to display on your forms. To upload your practice's logo, click Change Image. In the Select Image window, click Browse to select your image from your computer. Logos must meet the following criteria. Images must be JPEG or GIF format with a file size no more than 256 kilobytes. The image width cannot exceed 400 pixels and the height cannot exceed 200 pixels. Click OK to save your image. With the logo uploaded, let's take another look at the patient registration form. The uploaded logo is displayed in the upper left corner of the form, providing instant practice recognition to the patient viewing the form. Understanding the at-home form completion process. If you prefer that your patients complete their registration form at home before their scheduled appointment, they'll follow the at-home form completion process. This process is initiated by your staff accessing patient forms through your secure link and login credentials. From the Administration Settings tab, copy and paste your unique public forms link into an email and send it to the patient. Another option is to add a button or a link to your practice's website and instruct the patient to access their form from there. To provide the additional information your office needs, a patient can fill out an online registration form from home or from the car if you've implemented a virtual waiting room. To accommodate a variety of online access scenarios, forms are responsive to the size and shape of the device that the patient uses. When following the at-home form completion process, the patient receives a blank form. The patient completes the form, paying attention to the required fields marked with a red asterisk. When the patient clicks Save to submit the form, an error message is displayed if there is any missing required information on the form. All missing required information is flagged for the user to enter before the form is submitted. Upon a successful submission, the form is displayed in the Forms queue on the Patient Forms website for your staff to review and accept, or to put on hold or reject. When you accept the form, the information, except for the medical history, is written automatically to the patient's record, you must manually enter the medical conditions and allergies. Understanding the in-office form completion process. The in-office form completion process is followed when patients complete digital forms using a laptop or tablet device you provide when they arrive at your office. For example, patients can acknowledge that they have read the HIPAA privacy form, or they can fill out a registration form. This process is initiated by your staff accessing patient forms through your secure link and login credentials. Next, forms must be assigned to the patient. Select the patient from the database either by conducting a search using a name or email, or by selecting the patient from an existing appointment in your schedule. Both options are accessed from the Patients tab drop-down menu. Patient and appointment information is pulled from your practice management software. To perform a manual search for a patient, select Search from the menu and then enter the patient's name or email in the search field. As you type letters of the patient's name or email, the database displays matching records. Select the correct patient. The patient page is displayed and provides a list and status of all forms received back from the patient. In this example, this patient has not yet submitted any forms back to your office. To send a new form, click Assign Forms. In the Select Forms window, select the forms you want the patient to fill out or verify, and then click OK. The selected forms are displayed on the patient page with the status of assigned and with an assigned on date of today. To locate a patient by an existing appointment, select Appointments from the Patients tab drop-down menu. Enter or select an appointment date from the calendar to view scheduled appointments for that day. Then, select the patient from the list of scheduled appointments. The patient page is displayed. Click Assign Forms. In the Select Forms window, select the forms you want the patient to fill out or verify. Then, click OK. The patient page now displays all forms with the status of assigned and an assigned on date of today. In order for the patient to access his forms from either a laptop in your waiting area or from a tablet device you provide, the patient mode of the Digital Patient Forms service must first be activated. Log into the Digital Patient Forms website using your assigned credentials. From the Patients tab, select Patient Mode. Click Start Patient Mode. The Patient Mode welcome window can be displayed on a waiting room laptop or on a device the patient uses when he or she arrives at your office. Or, if using a handheld tablet, a staff member can enter the patient's first and last name and birth date, click Sign In, and then hand the tablet to the patient to complete his assigned forms. The patient can now select a form to complete or verify what has automatically populated from his patient record. Because the in-office form completion process is initiated from an existing patient record or appointment in your database, any applicable information is automatically transferred to the patient registration form, as we see here. When the form is complete, the patient clicks Save. A check mark is displayed in front of the submitted form. The patient can then click the next assigned form to complete or verify. Once all assigned forms are submitted by the patient, a timed thank you window is displayed on the laptop or tablet, and then the default welcome screen displays. The device is then ready for the next patient to use. Working with the form queue. Once patients have submitted forms following either the at-home or in-office forms completion process, the forms are displayed in the form queue on the Patient Forms website for you and your staff to review. Access the form queue from the Forms tab. The form queue is a sortable table of submitted patient forms. By default, the information is sorted alphabetically by last name in the patient column. You can sort the table by clicking any other column header except the form column. Additionally, you can filter the table of forms by status: submitted, assigned, on hold, accepted, and rejected. This table is currently filtered to include only forms with the status of submitted, assigned, and on hold. If medical conditions are present on a form, a red cross icon is displayed in the Med Conditions column. Remember, medical history is not written automatically to the patient's record from a digital form. You must manually enter the medical conditions and allergies. To review a form submitted by a patient, click the View icon in the last column of the Forms row. In this example, the patient's registration form is open for review. You can take several actions: accept, put on hold, reject, print, and close. If the patient is in your office and needs to edit the information in the form, click Put on Hold. The form is returned to the patient to edit on the waiting room laptop or tablet. The form status changes to On Hold in the form queue, and a checkmark is displayed in the Viewed column. The form is reassigned to the patient to correct. Once the patient submits the corrected form, it is received in the form queue and its status reverts to submitted. Click the View icon again to review the changes. If the form no longer needs to be accepted, for instance, in the case of a new patient who canceled his appointment without plans to return to your office, click Reject. The form is archived and deleted from view in the form queue. The form information is not saved in your practice management database. Click Accept to save the form as submitted. As forms are accepted, they are removed from view in the form queue. In this example, we now only see the COVID-19 patient screening form and the HIPAA privacy form for Evan Daniels, since we just accepted his patient registration form. Accessing saved forms. Forms that have been accepted and saved or rejected can still be accessed and viewed. To view a complete list of forms from all patients in your database, select the Accepted and/or Rejected filter options from the Form Queue window. To view a complete list of forms for a specific patient in your database, select Search from the Patients tab. Type the patient's name in the search field and select the patient from the list. The patient page is displayed. Select the Accepted and Rejected filter options to display a complete list of forms. This concludes the recorded class using patient forms.